Hello, students! Today, we're going to tackle a super interesting topic, print and censorship.
Here's what we'll be covering. We'll go through it step by step. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं.
So let's start with a big question. How did printing actually become a challenge to the British?
Well, the printing press became this really powerful tool, spreading nationalist ideas and questioning colonial policies.
Now, the British saw this as a threat and had to control it. But funnily enough, their first rules weren't for Indians. They were actually worried about Englishmen in India criticizing them, which could hurt their business back in England. Things got much stricter in the 1820s, but then in 1835, Thomas Macaulay helped bring back some of those freedoms. But after the 1857 revolt, a huge turning point, the British attitude toward the press hardened completely. And all of this leads us to 1878, a really critical year for the Indian press. This is when the Vernacular Press Act was passed, targeting local language newspapers, यानी देसी भाषाओं के अखबारों के लिए. And you know what? This law was totally discriminatory. It only went after Indian language papers, leaving the English ones alone. So how did it work? It was really harsh. You get one warning, and if you ignore it, they seize your printing press. So what was the result? Did the government actually succeed in silencing the Indian voice? Not at all. In fact, the complete opposite happened. The nationalist press just grew even stronger all across India. These newspapers were on a mission. They exposed colonial injustice and really became a tool for waking people up. You had leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, for example. He used his newspaper, Kesari, to bring people together. Then, in 1908, the government decided to crack down on him because of his powerful writing. So Tilak was sent to jail. But did that silence people? No way. It actually sparked protests all over the country. And this just goes to show, every time they tried to crush the press, the freedom struggle just came back stronger. This chart sums it all up perfectly. Print created awareness. That led to censorship, which then fueled even stronger nationalism. And that leaves us with a big question to think about, not just for your exams, but for life.